This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
As the calendar flips to late May, the auto racing world turns its attention to classic venues like Monaco and Indianapolis. In the iRacing virtual universe, the schedule makers bring us to yet another iconic venue known as the World Center for Speed. From the Roval at Daytona International Speedway, it's time for the Global SimRacing Channel's penultimate round coverage of the Advanced Mazda Cup's 2019 Spring Season Championship. A championship at this late stage of the season that is still very much in doubt. Made even more so by the crapshoot that is Roval racing. You won't want to miss any of the simulated MX-5 action, and fortunately for you, the viewer, it all can be seen live as it happens right here on the iRacing Esports Network. Hello and welcome to yet another GSRC broadcast. High up in the press box to bring you our Word's Eye view. This time, it's Soup and Crackers. Yours truly, Bill Soup's on, joined by Sean Crackers Ambrose, the doctor of pits topology. Amjad Yaman has director duties, armed with cameras, located, aimed, zoomed, and focused by Dougie Beard. All right, Crackers, we've got little cars on a big track. What's it all about?
Little cars on a big track indeed. The Mazda MX-5. Zoom, zoom, everyone. Here at Daytona International Speedway, the worldwide center of speed. 12 turns on this road course. Legendary. Of course, home of the 24-hour Rolex race and lots of great races. The Continental Series, Continental Tire Series runs here. NASCAR runs here. You know the cast of characters that have run here over the years. Let me tell you, though, it's just over 3.5 miles, 5.729 kilometers on your scorecard. Soup, the best way to take a look at this track is actually on board with another GSRC lap guide.
All right, we've got Amjad Yaman and the GSRC Skippy, so let's do a lap around Daytona. Around the tri-oval and into turn 1, most cars require you to swing wide for the entry, but the underpowered Skippy is still fast, hugging the inside line. You'll let it drift out after braking and kind of take it as a double apex corner. The extra speed from the draft will probably make it easy to overshoot into there, so expect some big mistakes by drivers. Weave through the chicane, and then after the pit exit, bring the car all the way to the left. The International Horseshoe will offer a place to pass, and if you can get it done, try your best to pull away or else your opponent will just slipstream by once again on the oval. Be sure to square off the exit for better speed up to the next horseshoe. After that, ease the car across the track, and without much oomph, you're going to easily hold the pedal flat to the floor through the kink. Try to get the car off to the left for braking into the western horseshoe. The tricky part about this bend is the way the track sharpens in the middle but widens on entry and exit. It honestly makes it very tough to get the car down to the apex. Bring it off to the right and then really focus on hitting your mark into turn 6. This is a critical corner because being late onto the power as you come to the oval will mean you'll lose time hand over fist. There's not much to say about the banking because you'll only get up to about 120 miles an hour when by yourself. Smooth out your inputs and hug the double yellow line. Skipping ahead to the bus stop, though this is a popular spot for overtakes, this double chicane often causes problems when cars enter too wide. Cut course penalties can also cost you dearly, so take it to the edge at your peril. Once again, the sooner you can put your right foot down, the better off your laps will be as we now hit NASCAR 3 and 4. From here to the start-finish line, you'll just hold down to the inside. As I mentioned before, draft battles will make up a big chunk of the race, and you may have to play it more strategic than gutsy. But now that we've hit the tri-oval once more, you've now finished a lap around Daytona.
All right, create a little theater of the mind there, okay? Yeah, that was a Skippy on screen, but here's what happened real quickly. Amjad was backing the MX-5 off the trailer. Someone didn't extend the ramp. I'm not taking responsibility for it. I'm putting that on Joe. And it just fell right to the ground. We destroyed it. So we had to pull the backup out, the Skippy, with the ramp extended, and we got the car down. So there you go. Hey, listen, attention all iRacers. You know what? We found a way to get you all on the same boat. Take a cruise with us to celebrate the new year. That's right. Sail out of Miami with us on January 5th, 2020 for a 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise on the Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas. Special group pricing has been put in place for iRacing members and their friends and family. Sail away and get together with members of the iRacing community and get ready to see Phillipsburg, St. Martin, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Labadee. Haiti. Yes, you'll go to Haiti. For as little as $125 a day, you can cruise the high seas for 7 days. And for a small deposit, you can ensure your spot today. Payment plans are available for everyone. Now, we want you to contact Brenna at the cruise shop, all right? Contact her now and get in on this special offer. Email or call, but do it now. Spots are filling up quickly. Brenna's email address is Brenna, BRENNA, at thecruiseshopfw.com. Now, the best way to take a look at the details of this offer, go to their Facebook events page. They've got all the details there on this amazing offer. Facebook.com/Cruise Shop FW. We'll see you on the ship, Soup.
Oh my goodness, I'm not on board, but I want to be on board. Let's go ahead and run you through the driver standings right now. Keep in mind that these numbers take into account all 4 of the drop races of Route 4 in the rules. Basically, it's a driver's best 6 of 10. Okay, I'm going to get a little complicated here. Right now, for many of you who are following this series, you look closely at these numbers and say, hey, wait a minute. How in the heck can Sonny Kenshin win last round at Interlagos and Mumuludas finish in 10th, and yet the Greek streak closes the gap between the two? The gap was 100, now it's only 72. Here's what happened without getting too much into the weeds. It all comes down to strength of field and drop race insurance. Because the strength of field was so weak last time out, Kenshin got the win, but he only got into 141 points for it. And since going into last round, Mumuludas was forced to drop 169 points. When he had that bad result, he got to use those 169. So when it all comes out in the wash, Mumuludas actually wins the round, 169 to 141. A few of the other drivers you see on there, the Canadians swap positions, and welcome back to the overlay. Back in there is Marcelo Eusebio. All right, so that takes care of that. The point is, the championship's still very much up for grabs. It can go to anybody. The best in the iRacing World Championships, as well as many of the private leagues that you're watching right now, are showcased right here on the iRacing Esports Network. If you haven't done so yet, make sure that you subscribe. GSRC is proud to be part of the IESN stable of broadcasters, and IESN's always picking up new viewers. So, Crackers, why don't you run us through the event details?
Soup, I'd be happy to do that. Incredible. 2 full rounds left to go, and we've got such a tight points championship battle going on. This is round 11. This is a 25-minute race tonight. So, yeah, a sprint race at Daytona. I don't know. Soup will get what? 3 laps? Well, no, it's not quite the Nürburgring, but anyway, you get my point. Now, it's the open setup in the strength of field race here in the official iRacing service. What does that mean? Well, there's a few things you could do to the little MX-5 to make it bad fast, and we'll see the very best on display tonight. The incident cap 17. Don't think that'll be an issue here. A lot of 0x contact generally means great racing, Soup. And what do I mean about 0x contact? Well, that's guys drafting, not really laying the hammer to anybody, but just drafting, and maybe a little bumper rub every now and then results in no incident points. So 17, you might get into trouble, but I think it's highly unlikely. And of course, the points, we've been doing it the same way all season. They're based on the official iRacing points system. So, Soup, there you have it. I'm excited about this one tonight. What's the weather look like, buddy?
Bring that up for you right now. It's Florida, so it's going to be hot. There you have it. And humid. Well, it's actually not so bad. Only 44% for humidity. Not too much of a breeze. Track temperature way up there at 117 under this clear Floridian sky. 80 degrees is the ambient temperature for all the two-dimensional fans who've come to watch this race. Qualifying going on right now, but honestly, who cares about qualifying when you're at the Roval here? It's going to be a pack racing. DJ
Yep.
Alasadrini up front, Mumiludis in second for what that means.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It probably is going to be. It's going to be pack racing, but don't lose the draft, because if you do, you're done. You're not getting it. You're not picking it back up unless unless you're gifted that chance to get back up to the front soup. Very, very challenging to get back into the draft once you lost it. So we'll see how things go here when we get started. But man, we've got. I'll say it again. This strength of field tonight, just north of 3,600. Some of the very best MX-5 drivers on the iRacing service have all made it here tonight.
We did have a split. We have 19 names on the entry list. Everybody's put in a qualifying time so far. The two big names that we were talking about in the points, they are here, Jonas Mumilidis and Sonny Kanchan. Right now, Mumilidis sits in second, Kanchan in third. DJ Alasadrini, he's also here. He's very quick. Another guy that has been showing up as leases is Elmer Ellicott. We'll talk about him in a minute, but qualifying is done. Let's go to the grid right now. I'll take the top 10. And there you have it on the pole. DJ Alasadrini inside Ionas Mumilidis. You add up all those digits, and I think that's the most letters per row that we've ever had. Sonny Kanchan sits in third. Elmer Ellicott sits back in fourth position. Row 5 is populated by Canadian David Payton. He's going to be inside of Jim List. Rui Coimbra sits in the 7th position inside of Clifford Evan. 9 and 10, that's Ivan Garcia and Austin J. Smith.
All right, I'll take row 11, Kenny Brady. Don't think I've seen that name before, but welcome to the show, Kenny. Starting in 11th, right next to Gareth Brocklesby in his number 12, starting 12th. Jordy Fike is starting 13th tonight, and Mark Letourneau will start 14th in his MX-5. Go to row 8, it's Simon Erpelding in the number 18, and Eric Schulhoff starting 16th. And then we go to row 9, it's Matt Adams. There's an easy one, Soup. And Melina Mann back with us tonight in 18th. And last car on the field, 19 here, Lee Martin. Not to be confused with the great Lee Marvin.
Indeed. Tip of the hat to you, Sean. You had some tough ones down there. Letourneau and Erpelding and Schulhoff. You did really well. I'm glad I had the top.
Hence my care with reading those, and maybe even a little Captain Kirkish with those reads on that. So.
No, it's really well done. Okay, time to go racing here. This and one more round to go. We are at Daytona. This is the new Roval. This is not the old one, if you're familiar with that one. That one's long gone. This one has a few extra bus stops put in it just to slow these guys down a bit.
Slow them down. Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, DJ Alasadrini. Yes?
Argentina's watching. And we've got a standing start here in the MX-5s this evening.
The engines start to harmonize. You'll know what to do. I get away from the mic. Gather up the chickens, take cover in the castle. Horses are out of the barn. Diving down underneath the yellow line is DJ Alasadrini. There is a battle for second, and Sonny Kanchan gets the best of Mumilidis. Mumilidis tries to close the door, and Eloquent, he does that as well. In 5th position is Rui Coimbra getting around Jim List.
Boy, wow. Already dropping into a line here, heading into the first horseshoe.
Little bumping and banging going on in the back. Everybody is still... Oh, now we got somebody going around. Austin Smith was sideways, but he keeps it going. The entire herd of cars passing him right now as he falls down the order. Beautiful Floridian sky pushing down on the track as we watch from that still camera as they go around. Now they're into the second horseshoe. Another still cam. Around and around they go. It's like a roulette wheel at Vegas. Everybody wins as they make it through clean. Working to complete the very first lap. Back out onto the oval section for the first time. Up front, this is where things will shake up now. Let's see who's in the aggressive. Who wants to play? Who wants to wait? There is a battle up front. Alasadrini being challenged on the top side by Kanchan. And Sonny's going to take over the lead. Alessadrini drops into second.
Tell you what, a good orderly start, Soup. I'm not shocked, but we got through the twisty bits there without a whole lot of trouble.
We did indeed. They work lap number 2 now. Here's what's going on. Alessadrini racing in second, chasing Kanchan. Mumaluta's back working, and he's in that yellow and black machine in third. Down into corner number 1. Erlicott. Everybody hanging in there. Hard chargers, well, maybe up a couple spots is Rui Coimbra. Going around is Ivan Garcia. He was racing in 16th. He falls farther to the rear. Single file now. They work through 4, down into 5. This is the horseshoe that goes from left to right. Kanchan, Alessadrini, Mumalidis. New driver that we haven't seen much. Elmer Erlicott doing really well, driving in the number 2. He's in that light blue car behind those 2 citrus-flavored machines.
And
from the back, it is black. Go ahead, Sean.
I just wanted to update off the start there. Poor Jordy Fike is already out of the race. He got tangled up with Gareth Brocklesby. And, well, it didn't last long for Jordy today. I felt horrible for him. You know, we've got a split, though, and Brocklesby being passed right now by Matt Adams. But you go from 11th, and the gap is now back to 12th. 12th on back has lost the draft. That's not to say they're not having a good race. Molina Mann right now under all kinds of pressure from Austin Smith.
Indeed, indeed. The field is bifurcated in half. There's my $20 word for the night. The top 9 that goes all the way back to Kenny Brady. Then there's a 2-second gap back to Matt Adams and Brocklesby that Sean was talking about. Up front, they're back on the oval again. I will report that Alessadrini is now out in front. They race 2 by 2 behind him. Hugging the yellow line is Kanchan. And that is Mumalidis on the outside of him. My goodness, they're 2 wide into 1. Mumalidis on the outside gives up the ghost. That's going to open the door for Erlicott if he wants it. Tuck it in now. Here comes Jim List. Don't know much about Jimmy, but he wants that position, and he's going to be in the preferred position going into 3. Move List up the list, now into 4th.
I'm still following the battle back behind all this. I know we're focused on the leaders, but
let's go back there.
This battle back at 12th is intense. Now we got a 4th car rolling up into it. Here comes what's that? Simon Epperlin getting into the battle, but Molina Mann and we got 1 car loose there. I think that's Letourneau slipping back a little bit. No, it's Austin Smith.
There you go. You can see the front train ahead. We've done enough of these races to know that the front guys are going to behave pretty much. There might be some passing, and there is going to be a pass for the lead right now, but it's going to be friendly. The action is usually back here from these guys, and this is what we're going to put our attention on early on. The fans are upset by where we are covering, but we're okay.
They're revolting, I know.
They did want to see up front, but that's not going to be what happens. There's our string. Kanchan, Alessadrini, Mumalidis, and List. Oh, we have a car very loose. Matt Adams is having a hard time through the bus stop. Yeah, he's going to lose contact with Brocklesby.
Bad time, Soup, because here comes that pack that I'm following right now, led by Well, it's Austin Smith now has jumped up in front of Molina Mann, and they are closing quickly here on Adams. In fact, Adams is still trying to get that car back up to speed. As we look up front, they're hitting a turn one. Oh, boy.
On the top side. Making the move, that white car, that is Jim List. I like the way List thinks. Having a little action. He's new to the series, does not realize that they usually don't like to play hard so early up here. Watch out as Mumilidis is very close to Alasadrini. Oh, and Mumilidis gets touched by List, but he saves it. The Greek streak keeps it going. He's going to lose the spot to List. He goes a little bit wide. That's going to open the door for Erliquat to get in there as well.
What a hornet's nest soup.
It is a pinata full of bees as it is 2x2 back in about 5th position. The front 4 are single file into the second horseshoe. Everybody catch their breath. List settles into 3rd. Mumilidis into 4th now, and Erliquat will be in 5th. A driver that had trouble a minute ago is a driver in that bright blue machine with the black stripes. That is Roy Cumbra. He's on the hunt. He made a mistake. He fell back several positions trying to make it up, and right now he'd like to get up into 5th position. He goes around Erliquat. Take a breath.
I'm breathing.
Okay. They're too wide up front, and that's a bit of a yawner as Alasadrini goes around Canton. They will know how to behave. The interesting point now, Sean, is the gap. 0.6 of a second between Canton now in 2nd and Mumilidis, who is now in 3rd. Mumilidis flies through the bus stop, and that gap shrinks.
Everybody in that group gets through really, really clean and quick. You know, while we're in the turn, real quickly, Soup, I want to give a shout out to some kids I met today from a Christian school down in Redlands, California. I was hiking a place called Castle Rock. Really, really cool group of young men and young women, and I gave them some GSRC stickers, so maybe they're watching.
That's good. My knowledge of Castle Rock is from Stephen King books, so I hope nothing bad happens to them. I guess that's going to be okay. Look at up front. It's like animals getting on Noah's Ark here. Alasadrini separates 2x2. Canton, List now in 3rd. Mumilidis.
It's just crazy.
Erliquat back in 5th. We talked about how it gets kind of boring, little cars on a big track. There's Coimbra in the blue car making a move. I tell you, though, this one's exciting.
Yeah, Coimbra, Eben, Brady, and Brady's the one that winds up losing out on that as they all split apart. Now Brady's got to face off David Payton.
Okay, Director, we're going to leave this. We're going to check back in with Gareth Brocklesby. Remember, he got left behind him. Well, here comes the next group of cars. Adam is coming back to him. Smith, Mann, they're all coming. We got 2 long strings here. 2 long ropes of cars. If you got a couple girls, you put them on each end and play a game of double dutch.
Yeah, Gareth Brocklesby is now leading that group, Soup, being chased by Matt Adams, who's gotten around Austin Smith. Molina Mann dropping back. In fact, this may be a 3rd group. Molina didn't get a great run there. Back onto the oval and starting to fade, and now it's Adams coming around on the top side.
Great racing going on, and sure enough, Adams is there, and he's going to bring on the outside with him. That's Austin Smith. Smith got into a little trouble early. They race for 10th. Up front, it's a 9-car train. Who's leading right now? Let's roll the dice and see. Well, it's Sonny Canton.
At the moment.
Zadrini being pushed by List. List is out there in that snow-colored machine. All right, guys.
I'm surprised we haven't seen List before, to be honest with you. This is no slouch. We're talking about 4,300 plus I rating. He's been around somewhere, but he hadn't been here, and here we go.
This is a lot of cars in a little space. 2x2x2. Coimbra back there, and now he can't get it done. That opens the door. Here comes the car on the inside. That's Clifford Evan makes up 2 spots. Oh my goodness, as they go through corner number 3, Evan on the outside. Brady is on the inside, Evan on the outside. They head towards the next horseshoe, and it's still going to be Brady in the preferred position. Watch Evan try to keep some momentum. Coimbra tucks his blue machine in there. He had visions of doing that. Evan will get the momentum off of here. Yeah. Well, there's one really pretty blue car with a black stripe. Now getting up there is Evan. Nice job. He moves up into 6. We've reached the halfway point. 25 minutes of racing. We're at the 12.5-minute mark.
Mumalides really not gaining a lot of momentum up there on Alessandrini at the moment. Almost Alessandrini's already caught the draft to Kanchan, and they continue to pull away just a bit, Sue.
Alessandrini with a big run and wants just to get into the back of Kanchan and push them along. We talked about the incident cap. One of the way you can get up into the incident cap if you do a lot of bump drafting. Both from you and the man being bumped. The Greek streak has gone away. Come back. Don't go to the light, Carol Ann. Somebody tie a rope around him, pull him through the ceiling. I think Ioannis is gone. He's looking down on us right now.
Well, look at this battle for the lead, though. Kanchan, Alessandrini going at it. Yep, Mumalides is...
Oh, he's been gone an awfully long time. I hope he knows how to hold his breath. Yes, he's falling. He's gone. To the Amelia Earhart Bar and Grill goes Jonas Mumalides, the Greek streak. That's too bad. With him probably goes his championship's hopes. Breathing a little easier now is the man whose 4 wheels scare the cockatoo from Kintore East to Kinmandu is Sonny Kanchan.
Who actually owns an MX-5, Sue. A very nice one, by the way.
My neighbor owns an MX-5, put in some extra wise French doors, and drives his car right into his living room. Very cool. All right, well, now the front train with the absence of Mumalides is now down to 8, soon to be 6. Payton and Coimbra have to hustle if they want to stay in the lead train. Chug-a-lug, boys. We look at that front. Do we dare take a peek back? Let's dare, director.
Dare.
Coming back out onto the oval now. Smith, Brocklesby, Adams. There's another blue and black car. Boy, I like that color. That's the car of Melina Mann. Where's Melina to put the car? She waits.
Oh, contact!
Oh, and they get it sorted out.
Really close. That was we almost had a full-on wreck there on the straightaway. Good job of keeping the cars under control. Wow.
Brocklesby does a good job of keeping the car going the right direction. Smith is out in front. See, that's why you go back and look at those guys. They always put on a good show for you. You can see the damage on the hood there. Adams with a little bit of a crinkle. All right, let's go back in up front because they're going to be heading in a herd down into the first corner again. Making the move. That's the Australian Sonny Kanchan trying to play defense. Alessandrini takes it in deep and really forces Kanchan to the outside. He was not going to let Kanchan turn in. List back in 4th with Erlicott now in 3rd position. We are under 9 minutes of racing to go.
Used to being in the director's chair for this series, and I forget sometimes how quickly this just passes.
We do indeed, and as here we have Clifford Evan making a move now on the inside of List. Move Evan up to 4th. If you want to see more of Clifford Evan, check in Sunday for the Big C's Super Spectacular Extravaganza. That's really not what it's called. It's the
I was about to say.
MX-5, something like that. But
It's Big C, Sue. Big C.
Big C's MX-5 Challenge, I believe it was called. Yes.
That's all right. We can embellish it a little bit. It's cool.
It is super spectacular, and it is an extravaganza. Big fields. You want to see that one.
Yeah, and it doesn't split. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Big fields.
All right. You see those cars there. A little bit of a move made by Brady. Let's go ahead now and pay a little bills. Let's go to the Trippin' D's back marker shout out. I'm going to let Crackers do it. Crackers, why don't you start back there somewhere with some guys who haven't got much love?
Well, we've been given that. I don't really want to call this group is having such a great battle. I'll tell you what. Let's start at Simon Epperling. We'll start with him. Simon. Simon started back a couple positions. No, he started in 15th. There he is on screen right there in the VRS MX-5, and well, he's up one spot in 14th right now. Okay, again, it's hard really to call any of these drivers here at Daytona back markers. Look at this battle going on right in front of him. Now he's into it. So is he technically a back marker anymore? I don't know. But then we'll go to Eric Schulhoff real quickly. Eric struggling a little bit. He's in that third pack that we've all forgotten about, right along with Lee Martin. Lee started 19th, but he had trouble at the beginning. He's managed to basically salvage 3 spots at this point. And it's Ivan Garcia at the very, very back of the field, who's just basically trying to finish this thing at this point. He's down 8 spots. Trouble early, but he rests in 17th right now. And of course, Ioannis Mamilidis and Jordy Fike are gone already. So I don't know. Technically, they're not considered a back marker, just a DNF.
There you have it. Trippin' Drees back marker shout out. Done by my partner, Sean Crackers Ambrose. So here's what's going on. What's going on up front, you may ask? Well, it is an 8-car train. The back of it in the caboose is David Payton. David, you're doing well. I don't want to break it to you, though. You cannot win from 8th. You need to pick up a few spots. I'm doing the best he can. He'd like to get around Roy Coimbra. Now, Coimbra has made a shot to get up there. He's really tried hard, as has Jim List. Now, Kenny Brady has worked his way up into 5th. Good for him. Who's going to win it? I don't know.
I always love seeing the new faces, and that's what you get with these strength of field races. Soup, you really never know who's going to show up.
You do not. Feel sorry for the guys who have those who are iRating challenged. Sometimes they don't make it into this split. We miss you. Keep working on it. We'll see you on the broadcast. Battle for the lead. We got to start paying attention to this now because the chess game starts with about 5 minutes to play. Catching on the inside, Alice Adrini and the... I'm going to take a chance of the color yellow and white car on the top. All right.
It's been allowed. We're good.
Okay, I'm in there. Erlicott in the 5th position. Boy, look at him tighten up now. Mm-hmm. Evan in 4th. Viewers, now becomes not a case of really who's the fastest, but who can think more moves ahead.
Right, exactly, Soup. Who's planned out their moves? How many races have you done this week leading up to tonight? And how much have you experimented on when to make that move? It's all about when. Not if, but when. On board with Evan as he dives it in deep, but gets stuck on the outside, and everybody goes on by.
I've used that. It's really not a matter of pace before, and I many times before when races with Sonny Ketch, and somehow Sonny manages to be really fast at the end of the race, and sometimes he can pull away. I don't know if that's going to happen here. Under 4 minutes to go.
Sonny, of course, one of the figureheads of that AMS team.
Yep.
And Cliff Evan back there, technically one of his teammates. So,
of course, as AMS standing for Asbury Motorsports. If you never had yourself an Asbury pie, you're missing something there. Try it with some chocolate ice cream. Really good.
And Soup, they've got our old buddy Richard Losper sitting on the box for him tonight. So calling the shots. So maybe Rich is going to be calling the shot there for when to make that move on Sunny.
Well, maybe Rick could jump in and maybe give a little help to 15 Roy Coimbra and David Payton. They have lots trutch. The train is now 6 cars.
Yeah, it's kind of been left to just a battle of their own here at this point. Coimbra had fallen off really far and honestly has done good to get back to it. It's Payton now that's really started to lose contact with everybody. You can ill afford to make a mistake on this track, Sue.
Indeed. And then in the very back, you have the black car of Brady and the white car of List. A little bit of a social experiment going on in the back. Trying to get on the back of that is Coimbra now. Hey, there's a chance for Coimbra to get back in the mix as these guys continue to shuffle up front. Canchin, Alessandrini, Erlicott, 1, 2, 3. Look at the battle for 4th now. The number 5 car, the dark one, that's Brady, holding off Evan. Pick a winner, Crackers.
Nah, I'm not doing that. I know better. This is Daytona. No.
Ah, the caboose is back. Coimbra's back in the mix now. It's a 7-car train. They'll be coming back out onto the main oval.
Yeah, Payton's really lost out on that battle. He has totally lost the draft and is really a man on an island at this point, and may stay on that island because there's only about a lap and a half left. I think we're going to get the white flag at the line, and David's 12 seconds behind him is that other group that we've been following, led by Matt Adams currently.
We will follow these cars around this last lap. We'll follow them across the start-finish line. Then we'll jump back to that second battle, see how that plays out. All right. They are showing their cards now. Alessandrini plays his ace. He is first into the bus stop. Coming out of here, Sonny Canchin. Brady back there as well. 2-car battle. They're going to go 2 wide. This is interesting. You would almost think they'd want to be single file. All right. They come across the line. They are shown the white flag. Who gets credit with leading that lap? Well, it's Sonny Canchin, but he's not in the preferred position going into 1. Here comes the stampede. Again, the really wide line from Alessandrini does not let Canchin get a good run. Out of 1, they head through 2, which is not much. Now being challenged, that is Brady. Brady waiting to the end to play his ace. He's on the outside, though. This is all going around. That's Evan going around, but he gets it straight. Taking evasive action on the high side is List. He'll continue. Coimbra vultures his way up to 5th, but now that shortens the train considerably. Basically 3 cars now in the mix. It's going to be Alessandrini, Canchin, and Brady. I don't think Erlicott's going to be able to get there. Out of the horseshoe, coming into 6. Heading up onto the oval. Up onto the banking for the final time. Alessandrini, what's he going to do, Sean? I think he's going to protect the inside if I were him.
Oh, yeah.
He puts those left side wheels down on the yellow line. Does Canchin want to make the run into the bus stop? Does he want to wait? Can he afford to wait till after the bus stop? Probably not. Kenny Brady would like to go too. Brady says no. He says, Sonny, why don't you go? Sonny says, no, I don't want to go until after the bus stop. Brady says, okay, I understand what's going on. I'm going to snake you all from 3rd position. Here we go. Everybody keep it clean. Alessandrini with a good run out. Canchin with a good run out, as does Brady. It's all going to come down to who gets to the finish line first and who can get the good trap. Erlicott is back and forth. Unless he gets a tow from out of nowhere, he's not going to be in the picture. 2 car lengths back for Canchin. 1 car length back. Protecting the inside is Alessandrini. Both cars punch a huge hole. There is room to try to put the toothpaste into the jar. Katchen closes the door. They come to the start-finish line. Sonny gets a bump. Katchen gets the win.
Oh.
Brady gets second.
All right.
Alessandrini gets third. Let's go back and look at Adams.
Ninth up for grabs. Matt Adams leads them. Here comes Austin Smith. Screaming to the front. They almost make contact.
Woo-hoo!
Watch out. Here comes Mark Letourneau down to the inside. Adams gets shuffled back. Letourneau's going to get it for ninth, Soup.
That's how you win it with
Whoa,
two.
baby.
We're going to go ahead and look at the P1 finish. I'll tell you right now, we'll look from above. Kenny Brady, he had the shot. There was room. And Katchen said, not today. Now look at this. There's Katchen. Now he leaves the inside open. And there is Brady, who thought he'd be Odysseus between the devil and the deep blue sea. He wasn't able to fit it in there.
Sonny helped him not fit it in there. He kind of slammed the door on him a bit, but boy, I don't question the effort. Look at that run at the line.
Look at that line from Alessandrini down to the grass, trying to get there as fast as we can. We ride on board with Brady. There it is. It's there for him. Sonny says, nope. And that's why Sonny Katchen is your point leader. I'm good with it. I don't like guys weaving, but that's
hey, he has every right to shut that door, man. It's not like he took his fenders off the car. He shut the door on him, period.
He got in there first. All right. The racing is over here in Daytona. Well, that was fun, but our broadcast is far from enough. We'll take a short break. We'll come back and run down the entire finishing order, talk to some of the drivers before we put a lock on the gate. Back in a few.
Coming for a splash. Three, two, one, now. All clear. Punch it. Great job. You did really well.
Stream and cyberspace into your place via the iRacing Esports Network. This is the Global SimRacing Channel's coverage of the Advanced Mazda Cup Strength of Field event, round number 11 from Daytona. Let's give you the finishing order right now. Well, you can stir it up as much as you like, but when it's all said and done, the marshmallow at the top of your cocoa is usually Sonny Ketchum. There he is with the win. Kenny Brady qualified in 11th, comes home in second. More on Brady in a minute. DJ Alessadrini gets third. Behind him, Elmer Ellicott and Jim List, who was very impressive. Nice to see Jim racing with us. Ree Coimbra tried as he might to get up with the big guys, couldn't get there. He has to settle for sixth. David Payton fell off and will have to settle for seventh. Clifford Evan had issues. He'll have to settle for eighth. Mark Letourneau in ninth, and in 10th, this is the battle we saw there where Letourneau made that move. Austin Smith in that 10th position. Sean?
All right, then we'll drop down to 11th. Man, what a battle we had back. Again, there were just two great battles, two different packs. Matt Adams going to have to settle for 11th today. Gareth Brocklesby going to finish 12th. 13th going to go to Simon Epperle, the Canadian. One of three Canadians in the field tonight, actually. Good on Simon. He picked up a couple. Molina Mann going to wind up with a 14th place finish. Lee Martin, 15th for him. Eric Schulhoff will finish 16th. Ivan Garcia, trouble for him this evening. Just not a good run at all. 17th. Ioannis Moumoulidis, of course, he disconnected. Really hurts his championship battle right now. But he did reconnect and sat in the pits there till the end. Jordy Fike, an early casualty after trouble with Brocklesby. And, well, he'll just have to pack up and get ready for next week's race when we're here next Friday night. Soup.
And now, before driver interviews, it's time for the fan favorite segment. It's Queen of the Ball. What does it take to be Queen of the Ball? Well, that's undefinable, but we know it when we see it, and we saw it. The award salutes Queenie, a fan and supporter of this series and this broadcast. And you know who we saw that gets it? That's Kenny Brady. Put on quite the show. Started in 11th, came up to second, had a chance at the win as he tried to put the toothpaste back in the jar, but Kanchan would have none of that. Close on the door. Brady will have to settle for second. Congratulations to Kenny Brady, this round's Queen of the Ball. And if we're lucky enough to come back and do this series next season, and we're lucky enough to have this segment, we're going to get some royal fanfare to put here. I want to hear some trumpets trumpeting when I award Queen of the Ball. With that said, the next part of business here is to go to interviews, and I believe I'm going to get to talk to Sonny Kanchan. Sonny, you got a copy?
Sonny was having issues there with the mic. That's all right, Soup. We'll get back to Sonny.
Okay. Well, who do I get to talk to then? Bring somebody down. I'm in the mood. Let's go ahead and we'll talk to Queen of the Ball, Kenny Brady. Kenny, do you have a copy? This is Soup.
What's up, man? How are you?
First of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where do you race out of?
I live in Marietta, Georgia. I'm actually a legend car racer down at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Hey, very good. So do you, what is on iRacing, what's your car of the choice? It's got to be the Legends, I would think, right?
Yes, sir. I've raced the Legends for 2 years now. That's usually the main car I go to. But the Mazdas have been one of my favorite cars since I've joined the service or the website. And I love them. I've been racing them a lot lately, especially Advanced this week. I had a lot of practice, had some time off tonight. Said, why not give it?
Well, qualifying was not your forte, clearly, as you were in 11th, but you were able to stay with the front train, work your way up slowly, and then had a shot for the win for a second. I bet you for a while, I thought you were going to get that.
Yeah, it was interesting. This is a setup series. I was actually on baseline, so I knew qualifying wasn't going to go good, but if I could have just stayed in the lead pack, I could have had a chance at the end there. But yeah, I set it up perfect out of the chicane, and I didn't really know where to go because I knew Sonny was going to go on the outside there, so I was, there's a hole in the middle, and I felt like if I went all the way to the top, I wouldn't have gotten him. I wouldn't have had enough track to get him, so he made a great move to block me, went to the middle. But second is such a good finish, especially for my first time racing the strength of field race here.
Well, even though you got second, I'm going to give you a little bit of solace here. We have a special award that we hand out each week. It's called Queen of the Ball. It's a segment for one of our supporters, a Queenie who likes to watch these. And you today are Queen of the Ball. So congratulations, Kenny Brady, on second place finish and earning the Queen of the Ball award.
I appreciate that, guys. Thanks for the interview. That's awesome.
All right. You know what? Kenny Brady go into a local bar, say, you know what, I'm queen of the bar in the Advanced Mazda Cup, probably find himself a free drink, I think. Go ahead. Who do you got, Sean?
You mean queen of the ball or queen of the bar? I don't. You confused me, Soup. I'm confused now. We got Sonny. Sonny, have I got you, buddy?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, man. Hey, looking good, by the way. I love that update of the profile pic today on Facebook, man. So, but hey, who made the call to make the move at the end? Was it you or was it Rich?
No, it was me. It was me.
Oh, okay. All right. Because we know he's on the box. All right. He's just watching. All right. Well, hey, listen, how crazy was that? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, down to the wire. It was really hectic towards the end. So close. And one wrong move and we'd have been just going sideways together, I guess. But it was so close. And that's what makes it worth it. And I really enjoyed it. It was a fantastic race to finish. Kudos to DJ as well. And Kenny too. He came in from nowhere and was about to get us too. So it was awesome overall.
Yeah, it really was. And listen, I already made the comment. I mean, people have been shutting the door on dudes at Daytona, dudes and ladies. Have had the door shut on them since *58. So nothing wrong with that move in our eyes.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I can't wait to watch the broadcast again. It's going to be epic time to watch.
All right.
Yeah.
So Iona's had some internet trouble this evening. Of course, you've been victim of that yourself. What does it feel like when that happens? Just give us the racer's perspective.
No, it really feels at this point of time, I can certainly, if I was in his shoes, I'd be, I don't know what to think. Honestly, I'd be raging.
Yeah.
It depends how you are. Different kind of personality as a sim racer. You kind of get too emotional. Sometimes you're not. But I know Uni, he's a good sport. I mean, he would take it by, and there's always another day, another race. So just piece of advice to him. Happens to all of us. So sorry it happened, but next time's going to be better time, I guess, for him.
All right. So last question. I'm going to let you go. Which MX-5 do you like better? Your iRacing MX-5 or your actual MX-5?
Yeah, actually, soon after race, I jumped back into my daily drive, which is really not a track. I'd love to race it on the street, but unfortunately, the speed limits apply. But still, I love it. I love driving both worlds, and honestly, I couldn't be any more grateful to to it. So I love both cars, obviously.
Okay, that's a good enough answer. I do think it's an unfair advantage personally, but we'll give it to you, so don't worry about it. All right, Sonny, we'll see you next week, buddy.
Yeah, see you. Thanks, Sean. Nice talking to you. See ya.
Sonny Cantion, your winner today. I personally have a jar of what I like to call disco cookies. It's every time I get disconnected, I just pop the top of the jar, have a cookie, makes me feel better. And then I keep those handy just in case I get disconnected from iRacing. All right, we get to talk to the driver who came out of the bus stop in the lead. He finishes in third, DJ Alisadrini. DJ, what are you going to do?
I'm going to try not to be in the lead anymore. I got ambushed. I tried to check them up, but I think they read my playbook. So there was no sneaky maneuvers at the end. I was gonna check them up and then be a giant asshole at the end, but they just drove on by me. There was nothing I could really do about it.
Yeah, they clearly did not want to go around you before the bus stop. They waited, and we talked about it during the run, and we said, oh, they're going to get him afterwards, and there was no stopping them.
I coasted through the entire bus stop, and I'm like, come on. I'm like, well, I got to get on the throttle eventually. And then they still kept the same gap. So the only way you back them up is if they literally have to be, if they're like about to hit you as you get on throttle. And I didn't execute it well at all. So, Sonny put himself in the right spot, and Kenny had an amazing drive. He started in like 10th or 11th or something way back there. So, for him to work his way through that traffic and not have any kind of aero damage, that's a win. That's a win for Kenny. So,
well, man, it's always fun to watch you race. Congratulations. One more to go before we total up the points for the final time. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right. Thanks, man. DJ
Alisadrini, your leader out of the bus stop, your third place finisher at the finish line.
And we apologize. DJ was a little amped up still. A little something slipped there. We'll we'll give him a pass on this one. But Ionis, man, really, really sorry you fell out of that one. Just gutted for you, man.
Yeah, I feel well. I've listened to the interview, especially with Sonny, and you were talking about how a sim racer would feel in that situation. And well, I wasn't far off from what he said, but I guess you can't really explain how you would feel because you just feel empty. In my case, I have LTE, so my phone's my hotspot router,
Okay.
and the charger fell out,
Oh,
and the phone's battery died.
oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
So,
sorry, man.
Yeah,
now,
so
how many
I
of
was
these-
just distraught.
How many of these have you run this week?
About 3.
Jeez.
I have actually
Well-
won. I've actually won the last time slot against Sony.
Okay.
So I'm very disappointed with that result this time because I was really out for a win. And it was a great strength of field, 3,600. It's 200 points gone. I get 136 points from Laguna Seca, so I'm not completely gone. I'm still in front of Peyton. He only gained 7 points on me, but I am definitely out of the running for the championship now.
Then I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah, it's just I don't know what to say. It just feels bad.
Yeah, and listen, we feel bad for you too, my friend. But there's next week, and you're still in a battle, not for the championship, but you're still in a battle. So you go out next week, you give it your best shot, right?
Oh, I definitely will. If I don't, then bad things happen. I still want that second place.
There you go.
Yeah, and we want it for you too. So go out and give him a great run next week. We'll see you then.
I will do. And thanks for broadcasting.
Sean, one of the best parts of broadcasting, at least for me, is we didn't know Jonas before this series. He comes in. He's a great guy. He's a great interview. It's fun to watch him racing. Hopefully, we'll see him not only in this series when we come back next season, but in maybe some other series that we cover here on GSRC. How about we thank the people that made this series possible? That's everybody in the Advanced Mazda Cup community, especially the sheriff, Jordy Fike. He didn't have a good day of it today. He fell off his pony, but he's usually a very strong competitor, and we thank him for all the work he puts in behind the scenes. On the screen now are just some of the equipment and software used to stream cyberspace into your place. Wouldn't be a broadcast complete unless we thank June Lalonde, who provides our iconic music. See the screen to get a hold of more of her great work. You like what you saw? The Advanced Mazda Cup returns in 1 week. That's going to be for the finale. Another short one, 25-minute sprint. Where are we going? We're going to Monza. GSRC via ISN will be there to bring you all the action. We hope you join us. Sliding across your screen now are some of the upcoming broadcasts here on GSRC, so check those out and mark them down on your calendar. I bet you want to know more about us. Well, I can help you. Here's what you do. Go to globalsimracingchannel.com. But Soup, you're asking, what about social media? I can help you there too. Twitter at GSR Channel, Facebook at Global Sim Racing Channel, and Instagram at GSRC_Graham. Also, if you haven't done so yet, head over to our YouTube page and hit that big red button and become a subscriber so you don't miss anything here on GSRC. Finally, on behalf of the entire crew, and that's going to be Sean, Amjad, and Dougie, I'd like to thank all of you for watching, as we indeed did get to see what we've seen so many times before. Sonny Kenshin get the win. This time it was here at Daytona. With that said, we're off to have fun storming the castle. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and we'll see you on the track.